Hello, my name is Jason Fashakin. I'm a photographer, wedding photographer. I love love, I love life, and I love God. I love weddings because it has some intriguing moments in it. I love weddings because of the drama, because of the actions, the emotions, and yeah, that's why I love weddings. I'm the creative director of Crispy Photographs, and yeah, that's it. Photography is art. Photography is storytelling using your camera. Photography is freezing your moments, freezing moments that you can't get back. Photography is storytelling, basically, yes. That's photography to me. Photography is the power to, be able to capture a moment that you can never have again, or you can never experience again, probably. Photography is just art to me. I like to talk about my first wedding, Erica and Ade. I shot in 2017, October. It was in Dubai, and this was my first experience shooting a wedding in Dubai. The wedding was fantastic because of the experience, the build-up towards it, from baggage delayed flights and all, and I almost missed the wedding. And I loved the wedding because everyone took the Nigerian culture out of Nigeria and took it to Dubai, and you could see everyone, behaving the Nigerian way, if you understand what I'm saying. It's quite interesting because this particular wedding had an infusion of the UK style flavor and all. The planner, I think she was from UK or something. Okay, so I like to talk about my click moments. What made Ade and Erica's wedding special was the bond between them. They had this connection which everyone could see, and it was, I experienced it more in a particular moment when they were having their first dance. At their first dance, they got in their zone and they held each other so tight, and they were just happy. They were lost in their world. And at that moment, I realized this couple have that love connection. They have that strong connection that brings them together, which is love. I think what stood out for me from this couple was the bride. The bride went all out. She just wanted to go ballistic and just do everything. From her dress, her wedding dress was so beautiful. A makeup artist, she flew in a couple of people. I think she opted for the best, and that's what stood out. The wedding was at a very beautiful hotel, St. Regis, Dubai specifically. The hotel was beautiful. We were able to use one of the things that makes weddings beautiful, or pictures come out beautiful, is the fact that the environment looks nice. When the environment looks nice, the picture, it does half of the job. Well, basically, probably not half of the job, but it does a lot of work, and that helps. So we used a very beautiful hotel, which was St. Regis, and yeah, that was pretty special. I think that was pretty special. That made the pictures come out very nice, and yeah. Difficult problem was still referring to delayed baggage and delayed flights, and that really almost knocked me out. And yeah, that was the only difficult part of the entire wedding. Yes. So, I mean, every other thing aside that was fun. It was for me. It was an infusion of having a holiday and working at the same time. So yeah, it was fun. Total fun. This journey started, first of all, I like to say I'm a lover of art and aesthetics. And I think this journey started when I was in university, when a friend of mine and I, we always thought of ways, we identified the wedding industry as a multi-billionaire industry, and we always thought of ways of tapping into this industry, but we just never found the right idea to tap into it. So years later, I was working as a consultant, and I decided to dabble into photography as a side hustle, while still working. But months later, I quit my job, and I decided to become a wedding photographer. Wedding photography specifically because I love weddings, I love the festivity in weddings, I love the culture, I love the emotions and all of that. Yeah, and the money as well. Yeah, so that's it. My next wedding will be Abby and Folabi. I shot this wedding in January 2018. Yes, this year. Abby is a very beautiful bride. Folabi is a photographer based in US. It's quite interesting because that's the first time I'm shooting a photographer's wedding. And yeah, it was quite special because what made it special was because it was outdoor. This wedding was outdoor, done in Lagos, Lekki specifically. Click moments would be during the portraits, when I was doing the portraits, during the trad. I shot the trad and the white wedding. But there was a particular time I posed the couple and they were looking into each other's eyes. And, they say sometimes what words can't say, the eyes says a lot more, So I'm big on having this connection, spotting the connection between couples. So when I see that, it just resonates that this is it. This is probably one of the best pictures for me from the wedding. So yeah, that I would define that as my click moment. During the portraits when I posed the couple and the bride was leaning on the groom's shoulder. And they looked at each other's eyes, and they had a connection by holding each other as well. It was pretty beautiful picture, pretty beautiful picture. The planner was Bisola Trendy B. She did an amazing job, and I took mostly instructions from her, because I got the job through her. Yeah, so what stood out for me was the fact that it was outdoor, and the groom was a photographer as well. Not just a photographer, but an international photographer. So yeah, that was beautiful for me. I wouldn't say there was any difficult problem in this wedding because the couple were easygoing. I mean, you don't have this all the time, but sometimes when you're blessed with a couple that are easygoing and cool, and you have a connection, which is what I try to establish with all my couples, everything just goes seamless. So there wasn't really any difficulty in any of that. Yeah. A good day professionally for me is when I'm able to do the basics and also do the extra. Now, the basic is you want to take pictures of probably, let's say, the parents. You don't want to say you want to be a creative and take all the creative shots and not be able to take the basics. So for me, I try to take the basics first, then I go beyond that and take the creative pictures. So yeah, a good day for me would be making the bride happy, the couple happy, taking their portraits, and making sure that we are both on the same page. Yeah, so it's if the couple and I are not on the same page, that's not a job well done for me. So we have to be on the same page. I try as much as possible to make them comfortable and, do what they want. They might want more pictures of a particular thing or a particular person or something. So yeah, satisfying the clients and satisfying myself means a good professional day for me. The next wedding for me will be Esther and Kelechi. Esther contacted me, just sent me a mail. She's based in UK. and she sent me a mail that she wanted me to cover wedding. And it was quite interesting because I really find it blessed, to just get messages from random people that, every photographer, everyone loves good referral, but when someone randomly just sends you a message, and just asks to use your service because she loves your service, that's truly special. So I don't know Esther from anywhere. She didn't know me from anywhere. I wasn't referred, but I don't know how she just stumbled upon my page, and that was it. So Esther's wedding was special because she was the planner. I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize that could be possible in this day and age. She planned a wedding and it was fantastic. The decor was amazing. And for a moment I was thinking, is Esther truly a planner? Like, does she plan for like a day? Like, does she truly plan? Is that a day job? Is planning a day job basically? So it was quite interesting. What was special about Esther and Kelechi's wedding started from the pre-wedding. When we had their pre-wedding in the studio, they wanted something different. So they wanted, that was my first time shooting a traditional pre-wedding picture, a traditional pre-wedding session, and that was different. But it was fun because they had this vibe, this connection between them. I'm big on connection, and I'll always say that, connection between couples. Yeah, and they had this vibe between them. They were happy, they were joyful, they were playful. In fact, they were so playful that they asked me not to post certain pictures. And so that was it. My click moment has to be from the pre-wedding. I think they had no pressure on them, wedding, which is usual, the wedding pressure and all of that. They had no pressure. They were in their zone. They were pretty comfortable, and they were very playful. What stood out for me about the couple was the fact that they were fun-loving. During the wedding, they went... I've never seen a bride in a wedding gown dance so hard as an Igbo girl. You know that Igbo thing, and she had the hands and she was really going down, and I was for a moment I was shocked, I was surprised, amazed. Like, when you see this kind of thing, usually it's not, Cinderella dancing to Igbo songs and stuff like that. So it was pretty amazing for me. And the groom as well, very chilled, laid-back man, but when the Igbo songs turned up, like heaven was let loose. I just didn't understand. So I feel like every couple has that moment in which they try to enjoy themselves. They have that, if they're able to get to that peak, if they're able to get to that zone, they have that turn-on switch that just lets them loose and make them enjoy themselves and stuff. So it was pretty amazing to see them, enjoy themselves during their wedding. This is quite embarrassing. Well, maybe not. There was a particular time where, this Edo wedding, during the trial, when they're about to do the rites, usually there was a point in time where the chief, the head of the chiefs, that's responsible for joining the couple together, asked all the photographers to go out. Now, he wanted all the photographers to leave, and because they just wanted that quiet moment. But the bride asked me to stay behind because there were other photographers there, quite all right, but she wanted me to stay behind. And of course, I listened to the bride because that's my client. At a point in time again, the man sent policemen to actually push me out. And I felt really bad because, I still think about it today, but I just ignore it because I feel like whatever it is, I'm working for my clients, and I should do everything to satisfy them. Even if the bride wanted me to be out, I would have loved to actually stay there to document that moment. So that was an embarrassing moment for me. So my next wedding will have to be Boale and Andy. a great couple, great couple. I shot this wedding this year. Amazing couple again. Boali is a doctor. Both couple are based in UK, and pretty amazing couple. So my click moments from this wedding will have to be the point where the bride was dressed in. Boali is a Yoruba. First off, Boali is a Yoruba lady. Andy is a Calabar boy. I love culture. So when I saw Boali dressed in a Calabar outfit, and there was a point in time where the groomsmen and the groom were walking. They were both dancing into the reception, and the groomsmen were so happy, pumped up, hailing Boali, and she was so joyous, like she couldn't contain all of the fun. And there was a particular moment which I'll say is my click moment. That was the point where Andy, we caught the moment where Andy was looking at Boali while she was having fun. She was very happy and joyous. I mean, like, the way he looked at her, it was so, like, he was impressed, he was happy, like, it was confirming the fact that Boali was very, very happy. I can't put this well enough in words until you see the picture. Like, she was so happy, I feel like I would feel the same way if I was in Boali's dress and shoes, and I have the groomsmen hailing me and so happy and stuff. Yeah, so that was my click moment. Yeah, everyone was so happy. Yeah, that's my click moment. Yes, I shot the trad and the white, and this was in Ibadan. Both weddings were in Ibadan. So yeah, I really enjoy traveling. So when I have any opportunity to travel anywhere outside Lagos, I mean, I'm based in Lagos, I'm really always happy about it. I really don't know why. I feel like it's a way of me just having a holiday. Because the reason why I feel this way is because I shoot in Lagos every time. I mean, every other Sunday, every other Saturday and Thursday I shoot in Lagos. So when I have the opportunity to shoot in a different environment, it's very much refreshing for me. Yeah. So what stood out for me about the couple was the fact that they had this infusion of different cultures. I mean, like I said, Boali is a Yoruba lady, and is a Calabar man. So like this infusion of cultures was very unique because she had to wear this Calabar dress, which she was probably wearing for the first time, I could bet, especially with the hair thingy and stuff, and Boali seeing him in Agbada as well. It was quite unique seeing, quite unique and refreshing. And I'll also say that Boali and Andy had this connection as well. They had this connection as well, and yeah. What makes crispy photographs stand out is emotions. My photographs or my pictures, my images always have emotions. I feel like emotions are the foundation to every picture. It's either they ignite an emotion or they have emotions in it that transcend emotions. So emotions are my signature. One more thing is moments. I feel like a moment is not complete without emotions as well. So I really love moments. I'm big on moments. Let me give you an example. When we shoot a wedding, a typical wedding, it's like 18 hours a day, at least 18 hours, and it could be as much as 20 hours, and you're standing, and your head is working, you're calculating, and you're probably tired. But when it comes to the after party, give me my small chops and a drink, I'm good to go. So I'm very much inspired about those moments, when some people are doing certain things and they have no idea a photographer is around them about to take their picture, and you see that moment. It's like they've posed for you already, and they're just waiting for you to just take their picture without them even knowing. I mean, you can't be thinking about food. You can't be saying you're tired. You can't be saying you're not happy or something. Yeah, so moments and emotions actually make me stand out. Yeah. My final wedding will have to be Yasmin and Mohammed. And yeah, it's different for me because that was my first time shooting a French wedding. So, I mean, this wedding was in Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, it's a French-speaking country. So, like, all we could just do was say je m'appelle this, je m'appelle that, It was quite different because no one was speaking English and we had to use Google Translate to communicate. I mean, the couple spoke English, the train spoke English, but I'm saying other people, like, we had to, geez, it was quite interesting. Imagine using Google Translate to communicate with someone. My click moments from this wedding will have to be when the bride, the chief bridesmaid and the groom, the best man, were giving their speech. It was quite fascinating because the bride, when the chief bridesmaid started talking, it was all funny. She was very, very hilarious. She's this very hilarious person, and the groom was laughing. He was laughing. He was very happy. The bride too was laughing. And when the best man took the microphone and started talking, the groom got really emotional. Like, he got so emotional that he started crying. And that was a first for me, like seeing a guy, like, what? A guy crying and stuff, it was quite emotional. And it's something you would not see every time. I mean, the groom broke the guy code. It's not something you see every time, So yeah, that was quite fascinating for me, and that was the first time I was seeing that, I mean, yeah, so that was my click moment. What stood out for me about the couple was the fact that they went all out. They decided to get Nigerian vendors. This wedding was shot in Cote d'Ivoire. They lived there. That's where they are from, but they went all out to get Nigerian vendors, and that's because they find the Nigerian culture fascinating, and they really appreciate our craft. And I felt very proud being a Nigerian at that moment. The makeup artist was from Nigeria, the photographer. So yeah, we got to hear a lot about them saying things like, why are you guys mad? Why did you go all the way to get Nigerian vendors when you could easily get photographers here and makeup artists here? But I mean, the bride actually defended the fact that she knows what she wants and she went all out to get it so she could get quality, so she could get value for her money. And that was pretty impressive.